Liverpool's pursuit of Bradley Barcola has taken another major turn, and this time the confirmation has come directly from the very top of Paris Saint-Germain. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. PSG President Nasser Al-Khelaifi has confirmed that the French champions are in negotiations with Liverpool over a potential deal for Barcola, while refusing to rule out the possibility of the winger leaving Paris this summer. That is a significant development given Barcola has emerged as Liverpool's top target during the final weeks of the transfer window. The two clubs are understood to remain apart on their valuations, with PSG reportedly demanding as much as €170 million or around £145 million, while Liverpool have been linked with a proposal closer to €150 million, approximately £98 million. So there is still a huge gap to bridge. But the fact that negotiations are now being openly acknowledged by PSG's president could be the clearest indication yet that this is more than just another transfer rumour. The speculation intensified following PSG's UEFA Super Cup victory over Aston Villa. Barcola and fellow winger Ibrahim Mbaye both remained on the bench throughout the match, with neither player featuring as Luis Enrique's side secured a 2-1 victory. After the game, Al-Khelaifi was asked directly about Barcola's future and Liverpool's interest. His response was certainly interesting. He explained that PSG were working quietly and that discussions were taking place, before adding that he could not say whether Barcola would ultimately leave the club. And when pressed on the significant difference between Liverpool and PSG's valuations, Al-Khelaifi simply responded that the situation was still being negotiated. That leaves the door firmly open. There is also another fascinating factor here: the competition for places within PSG's attack. Magnus Akliusha started on the right, Kvecha Kvaratskhelia occupied the left, while Desire Du operated centrally, with Ousmane Dembele also introduced from the bench. Barcola therefore faces an incredibly competitive battle for minutes, and with Liverpool pushing to bring him to Anfield, his situation is one that could develop rapidly before the window closes. Fabrizio Romano has also added fuel to the speculation, claiming that daily conversations are taking place between Liverpool and PSG. However, Romano has suggested that PSG could demand close to €200 million for a potential double deal involving Barcola and 18-year-old winger Ibrahim Mbaye. That would obviously represent a staggering investment from Liverpool. And there is an important distinction to make here. Liverpool's priority remains Barcola. The club may be looking at multiple attacking options, particularly if Cody Gakpo completes a move to Tottenham, but there is no guarantee that Liverpool will attempt to sign both Barcola and Mbaye. For now, the French international remains the standout target. The biggest takeaway is that PSG are no longer simply dismissing the possibility of a transfer. Their president has openly confirmed that negotiations with Liverpool are taking place. The valuation gap remains enormous, and there is certainly no agreement in place yet. But with Liverpool continuing discussions, PSG refusing to rule out Barcola's departure, and the player seemingly facing increased competition for a starting place, this could be a story that develops very quickly. Liverpool clearly want Bradley Barcola. The question now is whether they are prepared to go anywhere near PSG's enormous asking price to get their man. In other news, Liverpool are said to be set to accepting offers for one Liverpool star, who is certainly a fan favourite. This will split the fan base. Liverpool could be heading towards a surprise exit this month, with Wataru Endo now looking increasingly likely to leave Anfield before the summer transfer window closes. According to sources, Liverpool are open to accepting an offer for the Japan international, with the club already making a number of potentially interested sides aware that the midfielder is available. Endo returned from injury in Liverpool's recent friendly defeat to Monaco, but that appearance may have been more significant for his future than it initially seemed. The 33-year-old is now back fit, but despite that, he does not appear to feature in Andoni Iraola's long-term plans at Anfield. And that could leave Endo facing a very different future just weeks after returning to action. The midfielder has struggled for regular opportunities over the past year, making just 12 appearances across all competitions last season, with only 3 of those coming as a starter. His position in the squad has continued to slide, and Liverpool are now prepared to move him on in order to create space and bring in funds. There is also an important financial factor behind the situation. Endo still has a contract with Liverpool until 2027, meaning this summer represents one of the club's final opportunities to bring in a transfer fee before he potentially reaches the final year of his deal. Rather than allowing that value to diminish, Liverpool are reportedly encouraging some of Endo's long-term admirers to make their interest concrete. And there is certainly no shortage of potential destinations. Premier League clubs including Wolves, Fulham and West Ham have previously shown an interest in the midfielder, while Endo has also attracted attention from clubs in Germany and elsewhere in Europe. Liverpool actually decided to keep hold of Endo last summer despite interest from his admirers, but their stance appears to have changed significantly 12 months later. The Monaco friendly was Endo's first appearance of pre-season following his injury, and although he still needs time to regain full match fitness, it now looks increasingly likely that he could be doing that somewhere other than Anfield. For Endo himself, the situation is a major change. He has been believed to be happy at Liverpool since arriving from Stuttgart in 2023, but at this stage of his career, regular first-team football is understandably becoming increasingly important. With his international career now also coming to an end following his decision to retire from Japan duty, Endo's focus can turn entirely towards finding his next club and securing the playing time that has been so difficult to come by at Liverpool. So while this may come as a surprise to supporters who have appreciated everything Endo has given the club, the signs are now pointing towards a parting of the ways. Liverpool are actively making clubs aware of his availability. They are willing to listen to offers, and there is a growing expectation that Endo could leave before the window shuts. The big question now is where the fan favourite ends up, and whether one of his long-term Premier League admirers finally makes a serious move for him.